What is worship? It's a big question. Worship ultimately, when we look at the scriptures, is our response to God. It is a place of encounter, of interaction where we are offering all of who we are with our great yes, as God is offering all of who God is to us in His great already all-pursuing, all-consuming love. So worship is ultimately a response. When we think of worship, we think of passages like Romans 12:1. Therefore, in light of God's great mercy, present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. That's your spiritual worship. And when we think about that, often it can feel a little bit disconnected from what happens when we're in church. But when we come together, we have this moment of opportunity where 1 John 4:19 kicks in. We love Him because He first loved us. Worship, when we gather, is a celebration of God's great love pursuing us. It's a retelling of God's story as we reclaim, as we reenact the story of God together. It's a connecting with God in intimacy and love, connecting with the Spirit of God as we say yes. And it's in those ways that we say yes, whether it be singing or reading the scriptures or hearing the word or being in the midst of great beauty, visual art and architecture and all these other languages of worship that the church has spoken through ages. It is in those spaces that we practice saying yes to God in the inner places of our hearts. And it's what empowers us and strengthens us to say our greater yes to God as the living sacrifice that is truly our spiritual worship. For the writer there, as dead as a dead sacrifice was, that's how our living is to be to God. It is complete, it is whole, it is unadulterated and not misguided. It is completely focused and devoted on the one who first loved us, and then we, in response, love. God is the subject of the worship sentence. It's God who started this love relationship. Then, acting upon us in love, we are the objects. And we say, we love you in response. And the great worship story continues. So as you come to worship today, as you come to worship in your community, know that with the people of God, you are saying yes, both communally and personally, to God's Spirit, imparting to you the love that is at the center not only of the whole cosmic story, but is at the center of your story and mine. Worship is a response to the great pursuing love of God.